ActionSA has confirmed that it has met with the Democratic Alliance Federal Chairperson Helen Zille on possible coalitions in Tshwane and Johannesburg. The party says they have also spoken to the ACDP, the AIC, as well as COPE. Our reporter, Pelane Phakgadi, is following the story for us and joins us live now from Sandton, where the briefing has just concluded. Pelane Phakgadi, a very good afternoon to you. I found it quite interesting when John Moody was talking about the contents of that meeting between ActionSA and the DA, that he says actually that it was only really the city of Tshwane that seemed to be on that agenda.
It so seems that the Democratic Alliance brought through the agenda to be the city of Tshwane to John Moody and the collective. And from my understanding is that they then asked them to really talk about the rest of the municipalities of which the ActionSA has been canvassing in, of course, and have a number of seats allocated to them, in particular Ekurhuleni and the city of Johannesburg. And they are prepared, of course, to work with the Democratic Alliance, as you heard Helen a little bit earlier on speaking in that regard, but we are not prepared to work with the African National Congress. We've heard that before, and they say it is a no-no for them. As a matter of fact, as far as they are concerned, there's a lot of corruption, and the people that they've made samples and discussions with within the frameworks of which they've made their research, they are not interested with working with the ANC. So we did hear from Herman Mashaba saying he is prepared to work with the Democratic Alliance earlier on. Just take a listen.
Make you aware of the fact that we have had telephonic conversations with a number of political parties, which includes the ACDP, the AIC, COPE, GOOD, and the IFP. On Friday, on short notice, we received a call and a request for a meeting from the DA, and given the short period of time, it was just myself and Abel Town who were able to attend that meeting, which was attended by Helen Zille and Thomas Walters on behalf of the Democratic Alliance. And that was more touch-base type of meeting, which was very brief as far as the actual negotiation talks are concerned, because there was a proposal put forth by them about Tshwane, that they want a stable government in Tshwane that can deliver services to the people. And of course, my response was, why do we not include Johannesburg? For we also have an omnibus approach, which is to speak about coalition and the possibility of coalitions.
That is, of course, John Moody there giving us a roundup, of course, the discussions that he had with the Democratic Alliance. And just with him here is Abel Tau. He is the candidate for the ActionSA there in the city of Tshwane, and with the leader of the province there, John Moody. But let's begin with you, Abel. The talks in that particular city, do you feel that they are at an advanced stage? Do you feel that perhaps you'll be able to get things your way as ActionSA?
Look, Phakgadi, thank you very much. The talks, obviously, as said, are at the initial stage. This is parties, basically sussing each other out and feeling what is important in these talks. And what's important is putting the people of all these 6 metros, 4 metros and 2 municipalities that we contested in at the heart of everything that we do to ensure that services can obviously be delivered, but you will have stable governments in there. Now, talking about having our way would definitely be having a situation where there are much more stable governments, where we can put people at the center of everything that we're doing, and that's what we are fixated upon. It really isn't about positions or whether or not who becomes whatever, but it has always been about serving society. And if we are to serve society in whatever capacity, we'll be more than happy. One thing that we can assure the people of Tshwane, of Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni, eThekwini, and the other 2 municipalities, Guza and Newcastle, is that we as ActionSA are committed to the project of fixing South Africa, and that's what we are really concerned about.
Seeing that you're with John Moody here as the chairperson of Gauteng, how do you feel now about the talks as far as they are going? Do you feel that at least there's that mutual respect that Herman Mashaba was talking about with the engagement?
Well, I'll tell you that by and large the respect has been there.
I think that people understand that we need to take our egos and put it in our back pockets, because when we do negotiate, it has to be in goede retrouw, or in good faith. And the good faith has to be about putting the people first. And that is our stance point, and that is something that we will never back down upon. It's about what is best for the people of Johannesburg, Tshwane, and other municipalities where we have governed. At the end of the day, it's not about us as those servants who have put ourselves forward to be elected and to serve them. It's not about ourselves, it's about the people. As our slogan says, we are here to fix South Africa.
Definitely, that's John Moody and Abel Dawu there. And of course, as far as they say they are concerned, if all discussions reach a stalemate, they are ready for a rerun of elections, in particular the municipalities that may be remaining hung where they are involved. And that was the leader of the party, Helen Mashaba, very much having very strong words as far as that is concerned, that he is very much prepared to go for elections, although they are not a cheap exercise. But he did remain very much strong, as saying that they are not going to be selling out their constituency, and whoever who comes to them, the deal breaker will be the issue of land expropriation. Already talking about the issue around EFF leader Julius Malema, speaking on that they will be working with people who are prepared to expropriate land. So that is the interesting discussions that are going ahead behind the scenes, and it will be very much interesting to see what the outcomes are, or if any council will be constituted in the 14 days stipulated.
Thank you very much, Pelane Phakgadi, for that update. And one thing is for certain, and this has been repeated a number of times, that re-elections are not out of the question, especially in those hung municipalities where coalitions cannot be formed for whatever reason. Thank you for that ActionSA update.